Hey guys, we are back here for another video. I want to jump into this video and I want to talk about the Braxton family values. Now, y'all, I want to get straight into it. I'm not doing this video to recap any episode. We have all saw the episode. If not, I'm sure you guys have saw the clips. But basically, in this last episode, they went to Maryland to console little Kevin. And there is so much to break down with regards to this episode and what we're seeing on TV opposed to what is really going on. Now, I am a Braxton family value fan, but we got to be honest, they are toxic as hell. And I'm not saying that toxicity does not exist in the Black culture, because it in fact does. And we are seeing it live in color with this family. So let's just jump on in here and break down what is really going on. We know, that Traci is no longer with us. Rest in peace. I like Traci. Actually, Traci was one of my favorites. So I kind of like didn't want to do it, talk about it or whatever, but let's just go ahead and jump into it, and just get down to what we are seeing opposed to what is actually happening. And guys, I do appreciate your support, but please make sure you guys like the video, share the video, and if you are not subscribed to the channel, this is definitely your opportunity, and this is a great way to support the channel just by subscribing. Now, if you are already subscribed, do yourself a favor and go ahead and hit that bell notification so you can be notified when new videos are uploaded.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
So, guys, again, I didn't really want to speak about this because I don't like talking about death. It's like when I come on here, I really like to have fun and laugh because, life can be hard and we've all experienced death. But what was really triggering for me, and I'm going to use the word triggering because it was very triggering for me when I would watch the Braxton family values. And I'm an outsider. I am definitely not a part of their family. I don't know these people from a can of paint. I watch the show just like everybody else. But I can never forget how it always, and these are from my eyes and from my perception of watching this show, it always seemed like Traci was being treated wrong. And again, I don't know these people, but just from what I felt, it just seemed that she was being treated wrong. So when she passed away, that is just what stuck in my head. But again, I'm not in their family. We only see an hour of this show. We really don't know what's going on. But the reason that I say it was triggering for me, because even within my own family, I know multiple family members who just aren't treated like other family members. And it brought me to one thing. What is the unspoken toxicity among Black and African American households? I just feel like there is some toxic and rather traumatic experiences within Black households. Now, specifically with mothers, it is something with the mothers. And as you can see in this particular show, we know the mom suffered a traumatic experience with their dad. And I'm just wondering, did she pass this on to her daughters? Because one thing that I noticed that they never want to talk about is that experience that they experienced when their parents separated. And it even seemed as if the mom wanted them to take her side. Now, that is what stuck out in my head. And I can be wrong, but it almost seemed like Traci was being punished because she wanted to be next to her or close to her dad. Now, again, I'm not in these people's household, but that was something that truly stuck out in in my head. But I want to bring back some memories of what I can never forget when I started to watch the Braxton Family Values.
Because I'm one of the fellas, because I ain't the family.
What? Kevin. Like Kevin for real? That's what she's doing?
Let me talk to her.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's not gonna work already.
Ooh, I want
What just happened? All right.
I ain't doing it. Get the out my
No,
face.
I got this.
Weren't y'all talking about that just before I came in?
No, we talked about it earlier. I talked to Traci about it earlier.
What's the matter of this, y'all? Right lights and benefits, man. You got boyfriends coming in the picture, coordinating something like this that should have happened decades ago.
You've been here for a decade. But
And guys, I remember watching the Braxton's Family Values, and the first thing that stuck out in my mind is that Traci just did not seem as if she fitted in, and it just didn't seem like she was supported. Now, I don't know if she was supported. I'm just going off of, her moods and how she said that, if you guys were paying attention to the clip, she said, we can just be coworkers. But in that particular episode, Traci's husband tried to explain, to the sisters what Traci had been going through. And guys, y'all know how it is when you're in a relationship with someone, or even if you're with someone a lot, you tend to share with them, some of your business. So they got to understand that although they did not like Traci's husband, for whatever reason, she had to share some information with him that he knew, and that's why she felt comfortable sharing it with him. But it just seemed like that they just did not respect this man at all. Just seemed like they didn't like him. And I don't know if this is going back to their relationship with their father, because frankly, it seemed like they didn't, respect a lot of men. But it seems like with Traci's husband, he did receive the utmost disrespect. And we're going to get into that coming up next.
In this world, if you stop stabbing each other. She feels like all her rights are taken in these type of situations. You can laugh, that's cool. I'm good with that.
Say nothing.
I'm good with that. I deal with that every day, so I'm good with that. So what I'm saying is, that's a part of it. It's some deep-rooted stuff, but it's so sensitive. It's so sensitive.
You saying that you were here for 3 decades. Why not you facilitate it? If you see that this is what's happening, and you see that Traci's extremely sensitive when it comes to certain situations, why not facilitate it?
What I've always done is I try to stay out the way, you know what I'm saying, support her. I know what the root of it is. I saw when she changed. On Jeremiah Avenue, when she walked down the street and was like, I got a board care for sign this contract. Her rights were taken.
25 years ago, Traci got pregnant and didn't sign a record contract. But me, Trina, and Tamar didn't give her the ultimatum. It was the record label. So why is she still blaming us? At that moment, when she felt that her rights were taken away that night when we were signing, who took her rights away, though?
I'm looking at all 4 of them in her mind. I got you. I told her, and I agree with you. But see how freely I talk? It's not that easy for her. But she don't, because she feel like she don't have no support. She don't have no nothing.
Can you tell us with a lower voice?
This is what I do.
But listen,
I apologize if I come off harsh. The same to you, Tamar. But I'm just saying.
It's more than harsh.
Well, I mean, you Tamar, you come off harsh. I seen it. So you should be the best receiver of that. You get down. Go back to 94.
Go ahead, and I can go back to yours.
You see what I'm saying? But it's not about that.
I can talk about your jail life. I don't do that.
See, that's why I don't talk to you.
I don't need you to talk to me.
They're triggers. They're little things. They're facial expressions.
Now, guys, in this particular clip, you see Traci's husband trying to tell her sisters that Traci was hurt. And I don't understand why some cultures of people, particularly Black people, when you tell them that you have been hurt, and probably as a result of some actions that another person took. The person can't seem to take responsibility. Now, another way that they could have handled this is say, hey, let us talk to Traci. And there's nothing wrong with apologizing, even if you didn't do anything wrong. Now, what Towanda kept saying is, why she mad at us? Why she mad at us? We didn't do it. We didn't do it. But if you guys recall, Traci was really broken. And I don't recall what season, but she spoke about thinking that she had to give her son up. Traci only had one son, so you guys can understand how she felt about that. But I believe, as her husband was explaining, that Traci held on to some feelings that she had of resentment. But the thing of it is nobody wanted to acknowledge her pain, or even really, they made light of it. Even in this situation where Kevin was explaining it, you got Tamar saying he's aggressive. You got Trina saying, can talk softer. It's just like they're just deflecting on everything but the actual issue at hand. Now, what we now see, what's going on is, what they're saying is, hey, he doesn't have access to Traci's money. And I believe that, that is just something that Traci wanted to do. And I believe as sisters, or more so as family, they should really stay out of it. And there is some clips where Traci is actually telling her husband that he's just not good with money. But for this particular video, I really believe that the Braxtons has a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. They have a lot of toxic secrets in their family. Now, guys, when I say the Braxton family is toxic and they have a lot of family secrets, one of the things that I want to talk about, which we know about, especially if you've been watching the show, is the bitterness that comes with their mother, Evelyn. Now, I love Evelyn Braxton, their mother, but if you guys recall, her husband cheated on her and she was very mad, and rightfully so. But if you guys recall, it was a lot of her anger and bitterness and resentment that seeped into her daughters. And as we watched the show, we learned that the mom was even at sometimes upset because Traci chose to stay, in Maryland with her dad. Now, if you guys recall, when they all sat down with Iyanla Vanzant, what Iyanla said is that the mother's bitterness was actually affecting her own daughters. Now, when we see them maneuver together as sisters, what we have learned is that they cannot communicate. And one of the other things that we learned is that nobody takes responsibility. Now, in this upcoming clip where the mother, Evelyn, and their dad, Michael, sits down with Iyanla, you'll learn that the mom and the dad had the exact same dynamic. So one can maybe debate that a lot of what we're seeing in these grown women are things that were manifested from their parents. Y'all got to understand, we are only what has been put into us. Obviously, we get grown, we can get therapy, and we can change. But a lot of times people don't. A lot of times they don't change. So I just want to close with this clip, so you guys can see the dynamic with the mom and dad. And then it will make you understand the dynamic with the sisters.
Mama and daddy, in your communication with each other, was there room for disagreement between you two? Or did somebody always have to win?
For me, someone always had to win.
What about you?
I feel like someone always had to win.
And who would that have been?
I felt that my ex-husband had to win most of the time.
Mr. Michael. And you feel? So that means your communication that they were witnessing wasn't clear, clean, and complete.
Well, we never argued in front of them. We
But it
always
didn't
would
have
go
to be an
into
argument.
our bedroom.
Mama, hear me. It didn't have to be an argument. I'm talking communication, period. It's not your job to explain to your children what your disagreements are, but they watch you communicate.
And every closed door don't mean
That they
don't
can't hear. I can tell you the number of cups I put to the doors to hear what was going on.
And guys, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And if you have not enabled your bell notification, please make sure you go ahead and do that.